Alright, hey Sviggy here, and so we've got Eric's Throne Serpent here for you guys to check out today, alright? So this is the show and tell video for it, and yeah, so I haven't really seen too many of these bikes around. How I heard about it was through this guy, alright? He's the owner of the bike, and it's very similar to, like, I would say it's more similar to a Talaria, because it has a gearbox. So here it's got a 72 volt motor. All right, it's called the brand is Throne, and the bike is called the Serpent. Okay, so there it is. This is SRPNT, and it has a cool little snake swoosh here. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's got a it's the long full seat. All right, not like the loaf of bread that the Sauron has. All right, it says a Serpent here. It's RTS. I guess it's like the model. It has a linkage setup. It's running a KKE front and rear suspension. Okay. Cool. It's got CST tires. It's running a 19-inch front and rear. The rear is a 80, I believe. Yeah, it's an 80 width, and the front is a 70 width. Okay, so it's proper. It's got like a wider rear than the front. It has dot brakes. It's a brakes made by Karasawa, and it uses dot fluid. Look at how beefy the brake lines are. Nice. Okay, it's 72 volts right out of the box, so lots of power. I think this is the charge port right here. I think the peak power it puts out is 10 kilowatts, guys. So it's about twice as powerful as a stock Sauron. Yeah, it's probably a little more than a stock Sauron. It uses a 428 chain as opposed to the Sauron's 420 chain. So the chain's a little beefier. And one thing I like about it is there's a chain guide here. All right, like a regular motorcycle, guys. So the Sauron doesn't have one, and one of the problems with the Sauron is that, like, when you jump it really hard, the chain likes to come off. All right, so this will help. Hopefully this helps prevent that. Okay, it's already got a peg brace built in to stiffen the foot pegs. All right, the foot peg brackets. The foot peg brackets are very similar to the Sauron. It looks like it's exactly the same. Yeah, even the foot pegs look the same as the Sauron. So pretty cool. It has a gearbox. We took this cover off, and then yeah, you can see the gearbox back there. There's a counter sprocket and everything. So. So it's a lot like the Talaria, where you don't have a jack shaft like the Sauron. It's pretty cool. It's got real fenders. Is that long enough? It's just barely long enough, I would say. It's better than the Sauron's stubby fender, but like it still doesn't come to the full length of the tire. So you're still going to get sprayed by this rear. If you guys want to see what a real motorcycle fender should look like, the fender should be all the way to the back. Almost, I guess. For the red shift, it goes almost all the way to the back of the wheel. All right, guys. That's like halfway. So still not long enough, Throne. Need a longer freaking thing here. But it has a front fender. It's pretty beefy on the inside. It's a cool looking LED headlight. It looks kind of like a snake, sort of. Oh, the controls? Oh, yeah. So here's the controls, guys. Oh, okay. It has a vanity light, guys. So if you hit this button here, it throws a projection of the Throne logo or something. Unfortunately, we can't show it to you because it's the daytime. It's very hard to see. So Eric bought this for $4,700, but it was $5,500 out the door, right? After all the assembly fees, taxes, and registration, all that money that California takes from you, it's $55 out the door. So it's got a fork lock right here, so you can lock it up. You can lock the fork. The Saurons don't have that. It's pretty nice. And then you can remove the seat. So I guess there's a seat thingy right here. You can do it with one hand, apparently. So that's how long the seat is. If you guys want to compare it to a Soran seat, look at the difference in the seat. It's literally twice as long as a Soran seat, guys. It's nice. You can actually move around on it a lot, right? And so there's the battery. It's a BOCC battery. It's a model NEMA 028. It's 72 volts DC nominal. Capacity is 38.4 amp hours, and the total power is 2.7648 kilowatts. Okay, pretty good. It's got a good battery right off the bat. All right, how much power it puts out? It definitely puts out enough to do 10 kilowatts. All right, guys. So it's a lithium ion. There's a button here. there's a button here, and it does nothing. Okay, guys. We think it's a yeah, we thought it's like a self-destruct button or something because it's red, but it's I think it's to check the battery level when the battery's not in the bike, but it doesn't do anything, so we can't figure it out. Maybe we'll figure it out somewhere along the line. It's got this little strap dealie here, and it's got like a kind of a quick release dealie here to take the battery out. Eric says it's kind of a pain to take the battery out. I think this is the discharge port, and this is like the data plug for it. All right, and you've got a little bit of a storage underneath. Pretty cool. Oh, yeah, Eric's gonna do it. He's gonna take it apart for us. There we go. He's a pro at this. With enough practice, you can get it off in a few seconds, maybe. But it's nice that they have this. It secures the battery nicely, so the battery doesn't flop around like the Sorans. Can you take it out? Can we weigh it?
We can.
All right, so we're gonna take it out and we're gonna weigh it for you guys.
It needs to get tucked back in there.
In the butt. Okay, there we go.
They don't leave you much room. Maybe this needs to come out. No, it's got to be.
Yeah, you gotta tuck it in there.
Somehow. Yeah, I knew it was gonna go.
Don't want to pinch my finger. Okay. Pull it. Pull it.
No.
There you go.
Help me pull.
There we go. Whoa. I thought Eric was gonna have a heart attack. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. Let's go get the scale and figure out how heavy this battery is. Okay, I got one of our scales out here, and we're gonna put the battery on there. I'd say it's about 40 pounds. That's my guess. Oh, 34 pounds. Okay, so we've got 34.4 pounds for the battery. Okay. Pretty cool. That sounds about right for how big this battery is. Okay, now we got to put it back in. Well, let's see if this thing works. No, it like does nothing. Or maybe it's just so dim. Like, oh yeah, I think it does do something. I think the light's blue or something. It's got to be totally dark. Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
So it has 4 bars right now, guys. The display is like it's super dim. You'd have to be like in total darkness to see that thing. Pretty cool. Okay, we'll put it back in. All right, so Eric is going to attempt to put it back in. We're good. I'm crushing my fingers. There we go. All right, then he's going to go hook it all back up. You gotta get on that little lug there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just... Oh, there you go. Wait, let's hold it up.
I think you gotta move it to the right a little bit. You gotta get the ball.
There it goes. Okay. You gotta push this little divot in.
Operator error.
Again.
That's okay. That's all good. I think it's supposed to go the other way, yeah? No? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Put this guy in.
Just like that.
Twist it.
Yeah, just a little twist deal.
Cool. And there it is. It's back together again. All right. So yeah. So it's got a cool gauge cluster here. All right, kind of like an E-Ride or something. It's got the vanity light. Oh, there you go. You fired it up. See. All right. That's what the display looks like, guys. It looks pretty bright. It's pretty bright right now, and I could see it. So there's a reverse function. I guess if you hold the reverse button down and then you twist the throttle, it'll go reverse. It's got a headlight, high beam and low beam. It's got does it have turn signals?
They're not installed yet.
Okay, so does it come with the turn signals? No. No? Okay, so you have to like find the turn signal for it, and I guess you can plug it into this guy. There's a horn. That's just your rear brake, front brake. All right, it uses a .4 fluid, according to this. Pretty cool. There's a kill switch, and then I think this is the headlight on and off, right? And then there's a start button and your mode buttons. Okay. Here we got a rebound. Oh, it's got a preload adjuster. That's interesting. So there's a preload on the left, and it's got a rebound on the right. Is there a what's the other one? Compression.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there's a compression on the bottom somewhere, I think.
On the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a dial.
It's just kind of weird. Normally mine has the rebound on the top. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's got an upside down fork. Pretty cool. That's the controller. This square looking guy here. Okay, that's the kickstand right there. It looks very similar to a Sauron kickstand. It's not exactly like a Sauron kickstand. That's the swing arm. So there's no jack shaft on this. That's the one thing I noted is interesting. The bolts that hold the swing arm are just these small bolts. All right, you don't have an axle that goes all the way through like a motorcycle or the Sauron. So there must be like a bearing here, and like it pinches on it or something. All right. Hopefully this swing arm is pretty tough, as long as I say. It's got a little reflector back there. I think this is for a tail light. This dealy hanging here. That's a reflector. Oh no! Okay, that is a light. Okay, so there you go. It does have brake lights. That's weird. So what is this for then? There's a clamp.
Tire.
Clamp back there. Something. It has a little hugger fender and a chain guard. Okay, pretty nice. We found out that the hub is a little bit different than a Sauron hub, so the offset is kind of weird. You're going to need some special spacers to get a Sauron wheel to fit on this. I'm not really sure what wheel is compatible with this. Check out Lance's video at Talaria Boys. He's going over like all the stuff that's compatible between all these bikes. I don't have access to all that stuff, but there you go. It's got a 12 millimeter axle like the Sauron. It uses the same similar nut that I don't like, that they like to back out. What I like to use is a Grom lock nut. All right, but it's nice. It has a hex head on the other side, not the Allen head, so you don't have to use an Allen wrench. You can just use a regular combination wrench. Yeah, it's got it. So it's got a cool little accent lights here, and somewhere around here. Oh yeah, right here. So that's the Throne logo right there, guys. Here you go. It's like it kind of looks like a crown or something, or a flower. Something like that.
It's like that thing on the other side.
So it looks like this, okay, guys?
Just like this. Projects that on the
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's what it looks like when you can see it. All right. Pretty rad. All right. So there you go. That's the Throne Serpent. You can get it for a little more than a Sauron, and it's already 72 volts out of the box, 10 kilowatts. All right. So in the next part of the I'll have a different video where I take it for a ride. All right. We'll just take it for a ride around the block real quick. So it's not my bike. I don't want to break it. Eric will be angry at me. Also, he said that you can disconnect the brake sensors. So if you want to do if you want to use the throttle and the brake at the same time, like if you're doing like wheelies and stuff, you can do that. So pretty simple. You would just disconnect this and then tuck it in somewhere or zip tie it to the handlebars if you don't want to have the brake sensors in there. Does it have a kickstand sensor? Aha, yes, it does have a kickstand sensor. Yeah, there's a wire here. There's a little magnet right there. All right, so if it was me, I would disable all that stuff. That's one less thing to keep you stranded on the trails type of thing. So, okay, it's got like a nice skid plate on it already. You can see.
It's metal.
It's metal. I think it's
metal.
I think it's steel. And yeah, it goes up the whole front here, and it hides all the wiring for the controller. All right, how beefy it is, I don't know. We'll have to find out at a later date. Okay, pretty cool. So yeah, this is Eric's Throne Serpent. All right, thanks for watching. Okay, guys, we're gonna see how much the Serpent weighs. We gotta take it off the scale first. Okay, so we've got all right, I'm gonna call that 78 in the front and 82 in the rear. 78 plus 82 is 160, all right? So that's how much the Throne Serpent weighs with the battery in it. How much did we say the battery weighed? 34? Can you subtract 34 from that? Okay, and then without the battery, it's a 126. All right, it's pretty much the same as what the Sauron is with the battery. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, it's a meatier bike than a Sauron, for sure. All right. All right, hey, it's Mega here. So we're here riding the Throne Serpent. So let's go over to controls real quick. You just turn the key, it fires up. I can see it pretty good in the display. There's a kill switch right here that turns it on. And I guess you hit the mode button. It puts it in drive. So there's a neutral. What's this? Here it says NPR. What are those? Don't know. But it's live right now? Yeah. Okay. Okay, and there's a reverse right here. You hold it down. Oh, okay, when you hold the reverse button, the R highlights and it goes back. Okay, cool. So let's just take it for a spin. It's got a cool gauge. So we're at 80% charge right now. It's got what is it? It's got like a fuel gauge is what it shows. And then it's got like how much your amps you're pulling. So let's go start in the E. There's an E mode, a D mode, and an H mode. I think it's Eco, Drive, and Hyper or something, or High. There's a low, high, medium. All right, guys. All right, so in the Eco mode, the fastest you can go looks like 18 miles an hour, guys. All right, and it's got a nice long seat. I can move around on it a whole lot, man. It's pretty cool. All right, it does have a brake lights too. All right, so let's try to get it out of. Let me go around these guys here. All right, let's go into D mode. Okay, way more power. All right, we just hit 36 max speed. All right, let's see how good the brakes are. Oh, whoa, I locked them up. They're pretty good. Woo! All right, so that's the max speed. Now, Eric tells me this will do 60. It'll do 60 in the high mode, right? So we're in the high mode. All right, there you go. From a start, this thing is wicked fast, man. It's got a lot of torque. Watch this. All right, we're going to do a launch, guys. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, well, the front came up. All right, that's max power. Just putting about 100 amps, it says. All right, we're doing 50. We're doing 50 there, guys. Alright, we're in a residential, guys. I don't want to like push it too hard, alright, guys? But yeah, it's got a lot of power, like right off the throttle. Like it's actually kind of scary how much power it puts out right away. Alright, but yeah, it's cool. It has like, it tells you how much amps that you're putting out, the gauge. Does it have any kind of regen? I think it has a little off throttle regen, but not a whole lot. I wonder if there's a way that you can adjust that. What if I hold the button down? Nope. Okay, anyway, we're in the hyper mode. I'm going to try to keep the front down, guys. Here we go. Oh! Man, oh, it's cat! Good brakes, man. Oh, the brakes are real good. All right, so so the nice thing about this bike, it's got a long seat, so I can move my butt back and forward a lot. All right, so obviously for launching, you want to keep your weight all the way to the front, guys, because the front will come up. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, it has a brake sensor too. So go. Oh, the front came up a little bit. Even with me sitting on it, guys. It's pretty nuts, man. Alright, so yeah, we're just doing a quick neighborhood test ride here, guys, so nothing crazy. So we're just going to ride it through the test course real quick in the hyper mode. I wish it was a little gentler takeoff is what I'm going to say. Hopefully I put the wheels back together on this right. I like the seat, man. The seat is nice. It's nice. Hayes Mega has been riding a Sauron for a long time, and the seat is just like, it's not long enough. You can't really move around on it a whole lot. You don't have very many options. The handling is pretty good. It's not scary or anything like that new bike that I rode. It probably could be better tires for for the pavement is what I'm gonna say. All right. All right. Easily gets up to 40. Shh, don't say anything, guys. I don't condone speeding in the neighborhood, man, but we're doing a quick test. It's really, the suspension is pretty plush, too. I'd really like to take this thing on the trails, you know. But we don't really have any trails around here. Yeah, it seems like over 30 miles an hour, it kind of loses its breath a bit. So that's at 10 kilowatts, guys. So 10 kilowatts is like my eco mode on my Sauron. But then it's got a lot of torque right off of the bat. Alright, brakes, very good, man. Very good modulation, too. I like the brakes on this. It's like, so I'll tell you right off the bat, man, it's like a better Sauron bike, guys. You don't have to worry about the primary drive chain, less maintenance, you know. Let's put it in a... Woo, it rips! Let's take it up the driveway. Oh, yeah! It just gets up. Can you pivot turn it? Yep. Let me see how. There we go. Nice. Let's see if we can do a 90-degree pivot turn. Yep. It's a little... I do like the height of the bars. I feel the bars don't feel like they're too low. All right, let's try some slow speed stuff real quick. So we're on the most powerful mode. Let's see how good the tuning for the throttle is. We'll do some circles, figure eights before a car comes. It's pretty good. I like the way the bike feels. It's a little bigger than a Sauron, is what I'm gonna say. It fits me better, actually. It's kind of like, I guess it's more like a Talaria, because a Talaria is a little bigger than a Sauron. It's kind of like smaller than the Ultra B, but bigger than the Light B. Pretty cool. What else? We can do a launch. Let's do a launch real quick. Alright guys, here goes. We're going to launch. I'm going to keep my weight on the front. Eric's going to get... Good? Alright, here we go. We're going to launch it. Oh! Alright, it says we got the 46 indicated. Alright, so there you go. So thanks to Eric here for letting me ride his Throne Serpent. Alright, it's my first time riding it. This is the first time I ever heard of this bike, and the first time I heard about, yeah, I got to ride it. So, and then so we just hit the kill switch, and it doesn't do anything now. Let me give it a, I guess you can pick it up here on the corner. Alright, it's not too heavy. We weighed it, it was 160 pounds. It's a little heavier than the Sauron, so I'm going to say, but I kind of like that. I feel like the Sauron the Light B is like too light. Awesome. I think it's you know, out of the box, it's better than a Sauron, for sure. Alright, but it's not as good as like a modified Sauron. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Big out. I'll put some specs at the beginning of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Big out.